Hey everybody, Aaron Ogier here with the Mighty M Corporation. We wanted to take a little bit of time today to go through the installation of a water oil separator for you. Jesse and I have had numerous requests over the last couple of months to maybe put together some informative videos in our production area which would help customers out when they go to install equipment into the field. So we thought we would just film them and make them available to everybody. So today, like I said, we're going to start with a water oil separator. This is a WOS 30, which is the bigger of the two models that we have for a standard WOS. It's roughly a 340 gallon capacity stainless steel tank. So the water oil separator series comes standard with a surface mount sump pump. So this pump will sit outside of the pit. It's not a submersible pump, it sits outside and it draws water from your containment pit. So there'll be a 2-inch line that will come off the head of the pump and go into the pit, and that's your suction line which will draw water. It's a good idea, it's something you want to do, is put a check valve at the end of that line to hold the prime in the pump, and that way you're not having to constantly reprime the pump. The basket on the pump is there to protect the internals of the pump. It's going to catch any debris, any floaters, anything that might be inside of that pit, so it's not going to damage any of the seals, the impeller, anything on the inside of the pump. That is a maintenance item you're going to have to be aware of. Probably on a weekly basis, you're going to have to remove the basket, clean that out, and just make sure all that debris is clear. Once you hook into the inlet of the water oil separator, it'll be down here where that banjo valve is on the bottom, so that is your inlet. There is a gate valve on the inlet side, so you can control the flow of the pump. You can slow it down, you can speed it up, you can set it to what your ever desired range is. Again, it's a WOS 30, so we're going to discharge around 30 gallons a minute. So if you're in that 25 gallon a minute range is probably ideal to where you want to be on that. On the inlet of the pump, you also have an ozone generator. So ozone serves a couple of purposes on this, but it's mostly there to break up any emulsifications, any emulsified oils, any heavily bound oils that you might be pulling up into your water oil separator, and allowing the actual separator itself to, an easier job at taking those out. So the smaller drops will rise to the surface a little bit easier. Inside of the tank is where everything pretty much happens. You've got coalescing media that's going to be inside of this tank that's going to act as a separation agent to pull the oils out of the water and separate them out. Oils are going to rise to the top like they do in every other liquid and get into your oil decanter. So the oil decanter is going to be another thing that you want to have as a maintenance item. Just simply, probably on a weekly basis, you're going to come here, you're going to crack the valve, you're going to have a bucket sitting underneath of it. You're going to open this up, and that's going to allow the oils that accumulate inside of the oil decanter tank to drain out. Once you see water coming out of there again, you can close that valve off and know that you've drained your oils, and then you can dispose of those the way you would normally dispose of any oils as well too in your facility. The bottom of the tank has a gate valve on it, so any accumulated solids that accumulate in the V bottom of the tank can easily be drained by that valve as well too. So same thing, just crack it open on a timely manner and go ahead and drain those solids off. When we get over to this side, we have the discharge chamber of our oil water separator. So this is where your where your water will discharge out of. And in this particular case, it's going to discharge out of this line. So when the person goes to install this, here's where you will discharge to your sanitary sewer connection, and then that water will be discharged to be treated again by that sanitary sewer entity. Your control panel is always going to be located on the opposite end, on this side of it. So when it comes to wiring into the control panel, you'll have your float, which goes into your pit, which will control the sump pump to turn it on and off for your water volume. And you're also going to wire your sump into the control panel as well. Inside of this box, there is a wiring diagram that is specific to each and every piece of equipment that we send out. So it's a good idea to either make a copy of that or keep that where it can be referenced, because if you have to do any maintenance on it, that's kind of going to be something that you want to reference. But that'll tell you exactly where to wire in not only the float, but also the sump pump as well. One of the standard options that are on the WOS series is our continuous recirculation option. It's not on this particular model, but if you did order this with a WX-0001 continuous recirculation option, you would get this ball valve that comes with it. So on that ball valve, when that's wired in, your discharge to sewer then becomes on the bottom of the tank. So that's going to automatically open, that's going to automatically discharge water to the sanitary sewer. You will have an extra float that goes into your pit that would be wired in there. So instead of one blue float, you're going to have two floats, one green, one blue. And you're going to be able to automatically control the discharge of that water to sanitary sewer. This apparatus then becomes your return back to your pit. So instead of any of this water sitting here to get stagnant, to get smelly, it's continuously recirculation, hence the name of the option, and it's continuously going back to the pit and allowing that sump pump to periodically pick up and keep that water flowing and moving. So again, that's our water oil separator. It's a very simple system, it's a very economical system, and I always say it's cheap insurance to make sure that you're not going to be in violation of any laws or any discharge rules and regulations that may apply to you in your city. So if you have any further questions, you're more than welcome to give us a call. Thank you very much.